Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an exciting video. I have wanted to make this video for a few weeks now, but I couldn't really do it until it was getting closer to the end of September and going into October. I am sure you guys have already seen a bunch of the so-and-so picks my TBR. So whether it's a jar that picks like with prompts that will kind of help pick your TBR. There's the Instagram choose my TBR. There's all sorts of different ways to get your TBR chosen for the next month. And so I decided to do the same thing, but with a little bit of a spin. I have not seen this yet. I'm not to say that that's not the case. It might actually be out there, but I was remembering back to when I used to go to the gym in person, and I had some trainers who would do like a card deck, would choose how many of a certain exercise you would do, and I was like, that might be a good way to choose my October TBR. So we are using a card deck that I have just kind of had laying around. I realized there is not 52 cards in here. I think there's like 48 or so. I'm missing a few cards, but that's okay. It's still quite a decent amount of choices. Each one of these cards has a different prompt on it. And what I thought is I was going to choose probably either 6 or 7 prompts to use going into October. I am going to be reading the last book of the Throne of Glass series, so I know I have that one on deck for October, but that's pretty much it. So I think 6 or 7 might be a good number for me. We are going to pick these and see where it takes us. I am right now just kind of shuffling my cards, and then what I'm going to do is just do this and see what it says. So our first choice is a popular book. I'm gonna put this to the side. So my thought is I'm going to pick the cards, and then just to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to, after I pick all my cards, then I'm going to go to my bookshelf and figure out what books I want to read. So that way I'm not like going back and forth. It just makes it easier. So we have the first one is a popular book. The second is going to be, if it wants to focus, a book with a one-word title. I don't know if I have one with a one-word title, so okay. All right, next one is going to be an award-winning book. I'm gonna have to do some research because I'm not sure what books that I have are award-winning. We'll see. Book number 4 is, are these upside down? All of them are upside down. A book that has a movie or TV adaptation. This is one of the ones that I did not know if I'm going to be able to do because I don't have a lot of book movie. Actually, I do. I have an idea. All right, so this is number 5. And let's see if I can do it not upside down. A book you think will rate 5 stars. That's exciting. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 2 more. 2 more books. A book that is over 500 pages. You know what? This is going to be Throne of Glass's last book. Because I can't start. There's no way I can have that many. I can't have Throne of Glass and this at the same time. I'm going to cheat. This is going to be my Throne of Glass book. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna do 2 more. I wanted to have a total of like 7 or 8 books, but because this is going to be Throne of Glass or whatever the last book is called, we're gonna have a total of 8 books. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. 2 more will make a total of 8 books for October. Book 7 is this. A book with yellow on the cover. I don't have a lot of yellow books, I don't think. And then the last book is, I have a feeling that's upside down. It is. An author you've never read. I have some, so I have a good idea for this one. So those are all of the book prompts for the month of October. So we're going to recap. So we have an award-winning book, a book with a one-word title, a book with yellow on the cover, a popular book, a book that is over 500 pages, a book you think will rate 5 stars, an author you've never read, and a book that has a movie/TV adaptation. Those are the prompts that we are going to choose from with the books that I currently have on my physical TBR. We are going to now move over there so we can take a look at my books and what I think I'm going to pick for all of these prompts. So let's see what we choose. Okay, as you saw, I went through all of my books and I chose some books that will fulfill the prompts, what I have right here. So we are going to talk about what I have in this stack of books that I'm going to be reading for the month of October. First book is the one that I already knew. As soon as I pulled that prompt, this was the book that I was going to have. So this is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This is the last book in the Throne of Glass series. I am still halfway through the tandem read of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, and it is September 25th. I would like to get those books finished before I jump into my October TBR because those are two really big books, and then this is another really big book. So this is what satisfies the prompt of a book that is over 500 pages, and this book is 984 pages. So I'm very excited to finally be wrapping up this series because I have several other series that I want to start, but there is no way I'm starting them until this is done because this is a big book, but this is the end. For me to finally see what's going to happen with Selena and Manon and Rowan, Dorian, and everybody else that I have found throughout the Throne of Glass series, I get to see what's going to happen, thankfully, in this book. So this will be read in October. The next book that I have here it's going to be an easy book for me. So this is Twilight. This book is going to satisfy a book that has a movie or TV adaptation. I have actually wanted to reread this book for a while. I read it, I don't even remember. I mean, probably close to when it first came out. I did read, I think 2 years ago, the book that was in Edward's perspective, this book in his perspective. I cannot remember what it's called. I did read that, so now I want to reread the first book, and I think that October is a really good time. October is a good time for vampires and werewolves, so it'll be October. The next book is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. This book is going to satisfy a book you think will rate 5 stars, and I have heard this is a really good book. This is also a thriller, and thrillers I think are easier for me to rate 5 stars than romances, because romances, you know the ending. You know what's going to happen at the end of every romance for the most part. But with thrillers, these are the ones that have they have the really weird plot twist, and they're the ones that have all of the crazy things that can happen. So I'm hoping I'll be able to have this rated as a 5 star, but this is definitely going to be satisfying this prompt because I think it will be a 5-star read. The next book is The Luminaries by Susan Dennard, and this is going to satisfy the prompt that is an author you've never read, and I'm pretty sure I've never read a Susan Dennard book. From going through the books that I have right now on my shelf, I have never read Susan Dennard. I got this out of my Illumicrate box a very long time ago, and it's just been sitting on my shelf looking beautiful, and I have decided I'm going to make this part of my October reads. And look at the end, it's got such it's such a pretty book. I love it. And then it also has a nice little mural, even the front cover without the sleeve, so nice. I really do enjoy all of the Illumicrate books that I have gotten. I'm excited to read this. I know literally nothing about it. I think Olivia Reads a Latte, I think she read this and really liked it. I could be wrong though, but this is the book that's going to satisfy the prompt of an author I've never read before. And then we have this, The Love Hypothesis. This is a popular book prompt. There were several other books on my bookshelf that could satisfy this, but usually the popular books I read fairly quickly, and so I didn't really have a lot of unread popular books with the exception of this one, and there's a couple other ones, but I really have wanted to read this book, so it's going to be on my list. This book is the other one that I was really excited to read. I didn't really want to start this. This was one of the series I didn't want to start until I had read Throne of Glass. But this one, I only have a handful of books that satisfy the a book with one word title prompt. So we are going to start the Lunar Chronicles with Cinder. And I think I have all of the books in this series. I'm fairly certain. This will be read for the prompt that is a one-word book title. And then we have Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is a book with a yellow cover, or yellow on the cover. I mean, this clearly is a yellow book. I did read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I really did enjoy that. I think I gave it like 4 stars, 4.5 stars. So I've been waiting to read this. It's just been sitting on my shelf, and this prompt just solidified that I need it. So this will be in October. And then the last book I had to do some research on, and I'm going to be reading Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This will be the book that satisfies an award-winning book. I had to look on Goodreads to find their Goodreads Choice Awards, and in 2022 I do not physically have any of the books on the 2022 Choice Awards, but I do have this one, which was on 2021 for historical fiction. I really don't know why this would be historical fiction. I literally know nothing about this book. I just wanted to give Taylor Jenkins Reid a third try. I have now read the Daisy Jones and the Six. I have read the Evelyn Hugo book, and neither one of them really impressed me. So this is going to be the third book that I have read by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know nothing about it, so this will be the last book in October, and this is for the award-winning book prompt. Woo! These are all of the books that I'm going to be reading in the month of October. I am actually really excited of all of these books, with the exception of Malibu Rising. That's the only one I'm not really looking forward to reading. But a lot of these books I have been wanting to read for months and just never brought myself to actually open the book. So these are what I'm reading. I'm super excited. I'm now going to put them on my TBR shelf. So I plan on reading all of those books for the month of October. I do plan on making probably a couple of them into reading vlogs because I'm very excited to read a couple of those books. So make sure you kind of keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. And while you're here, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.